What's going on, guys? Kalipus Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is tips, tricks, and cool features for the Umidigi Power 5. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some different tips and tricks for this phone that you might not know about. Now, before we go any further, I do want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So to start off, I'm going to show you two different ways to get into the camera without using the camera app. So the first one is pretty common, and you see this in lots of different phones, and that is basically just double tapping the power key, and that's going to open up the camera. Now that one was the most obvious one, but there's another lesser known way to do this with this phone. So this is a shortcut you actually have to activate, and to do this, we're going to go to Settings, go down to Smart Assistant, Gesture Control, and activate 3-finger into the camera. So now all you need to do to go to the camera is put 3 fingers on the display and swipe up. It's just as easy as double tapping the power key, and honestly it comes down to your personal preference. Whichever method you feel most comfortable with is going to be the best one for you, of course. So for sure, try them both out and see which one you like. The next thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to adjust the volume. You may have seen this in the previous menu when I was showing you the camera shortcut, but let's go over it one more time just so you know how to get there. So we're going to go to our settings, go down to Smart Assistant, go to Gesture Control. In here we have a few cool different gestures. The first one I showed you was the camera shortcut, but now we're going to do 2 fingers to adjust the volume. With this feature, all you need to do to change the volume instead of tapping the volume keys is go like this. As long as you have 2 fingers on the screen, you should be able to adjust the volume without touching the buttons. It's a cool feature. It's not really a game changer because using the buttons isn't really very hard anyway, but all the same, it's a cool feature that not every phone has. While we're in this menu, the next thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to lock the screen. Now, in my opinion, I feel like this feature is a little bit more useful than the last two because sometimes you might just want to be able to quickly lock your phone without having to press the power button. With this feature activated, all you need to do to lock your screen is double tap on the home button. It's a pretty cool feature. Again, none of these are huge game changers by any means, but they're nice ones to have just to make things a little bit more convenient. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is one of the most prominent features of this phone that really makes it stand out from other phones in its price range. And this is the smart key. The smart key is located right here, and you can give it so many different functions based on what you want to do with the phone. It's also really easy and not complicated at all to control. All you need to do to set it up is go to the settings menu. And right here, we got the smart key menu. And here's where you're going to be able to set functions for single click, double click, and long press. So essentially, you get 3 different functions that you can have with the smart key at the same time. So that means 3 potential different shortcuts. So let's take a look at one of them. As you can see here, by default, the single click is set to open the thermometer, but you can change this to any of these functions, or you can have it open an app. But basically, you have 3 different functions you can set up with the smart key. Definitely a useful feature, so I suggest checking it out. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to toggle the battery percentage in the status bar. As you can see right now, by default it is on, and some people really like this. I mean, it's really useful sometimes to know where you're at battery wise, but for me personally, I don't really care a whole lot, and I would rather have my status bar look a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to show you how you can turn this off. So we're going to go to our settings, go down to battery, and as you can see right here, battery percentage by default is toggled on. You're going to toggle this right back off. And now as you can see, there's no battery percentage. Now keep in mind that even if you have it off, you can still see the battery percentage if you open your quick menu. So that's more of a reason for me to not have it on the status bar, because if I really do want to see it, I'll just pull down the quick menu and see it anyway. But it's definitely up to you. It's really a personal preference. So it's nice that you can change it based on your taste. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to turn on dark mode. In case you don't know what it is, dark mode basically changes the light colors in your themes to dark colors. It's pretty self-explanatory, so let's take a look at how to use it. We're gonna go to our settings, go down to display, and turn on dark theme. As you can see, we are now in dark mode, and it also has some other options to it, so let's go right here. And you can schedule it to turn on either from sunset to sunrise or a custom time. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually in the same menu, and this is nightlight. Nightlight's a cool function for if blue light bothers your eyes, because what nightlight does is tints the display in an amber color to filter out some of the blue light. It's typically used at nighttime, but you can turn it on at whatever time you want. So for nightlight, we're going to go right here and just hit turn on now. And you can change the intensity to make it really strong or really low. You can also schedule it, so just like dark theme, from sunset to sunrise is the more popular time, but you can also use a custom time based on whenever you need it. Now once again, in case you missed how to get to this menu, we are in our settings and display right here. Nightlight is right here and dark theme is right above it. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to put your phone in vibrate mode. This can be really useful if you don't typically have your phone on vibrate and you're going into a movie, a meeting, somewhere where you don't want your phone to be making a lot of noise. Now I personally never have this problem just because my phone is always in vibrate, but if you do like to use sounds for your notifications, this can be really useful. So all you need to do is press the power key and the volume up key at the same time. And there we go. This banner is going to show up, and that's how you know your phone is in vibrate. And in case you missed that, you can also see right here, this little icon right next to the Wi-Fi, that also shows that your phone is in vibrate mode and won't make any sound. Now be careful not to hit the wrong buttons, because taking a screenshot has a really similar combo, pressing and holding the power key and the volume down key. And that is not going to silence your phone. Be sure to press the power key and the volume up key for this feature. And unlike a screenshot, you don't need to hold it. All you need to do is lightly tap the buttons at the same time. And again, be sure you're pressing them at the same time. Even if one is pressed slightly after the other, it's not going to work. So be sure to do it in unison. But those were my tips, tricks, and cool features for the Umidigi Power 5. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.